Good morning, traders. It is 8:04 a.m. Chicago time on Tuesday, the 11th of October, 2022. Thanks for joining me this morning. It's a special day today. We're launching our polling for charity challenge, and looks like our website got flooded by all the requests, and it is just not able to keep up. So that's something I couldn't test for. We couldn't test for before today, and it looks like the demand far exceeds the server's capacity to keep up. So it is kind of throwing up all over itself right now. So the event that I'm talking about is the polling for charity event. The information on this can be found at myed.ge, myed.ge /event-voting. And the idea behind this is you are to help us put on positions in 5 different markets based on settlement using CME's new event contracts. And based on the polling, we would put on the position, and whatever the value of the account is, it's got $10,000 in it already. It's a prop account, and it's got $10,000 in it already. Whatever it ends up being, whatever the balance is at the end of the year, then that's what we will donate to my favorite charity, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. However, it's just not running right this morning. I can't see the poll. Maybe today we just don't get it done unless this server kind of resets and enough people drop off that it can actually run. Clearly, we need to get our IT to look at this. But let's get started with our Trader Bite. This is episode number 2333. Today is Tuesday, the 11th of October, 2022. Thanks for joining me today on this wonderful morning here in Chicago. Nice and cool. I want to remind you that derivatives trading is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. So what do we have here? I don't have a summary sheet for you today. I simply did not have the time. But across the board, looking at the markets, we have crude leading the charge lower. Actually, Ethereum is, but crude is leading the charge lower in the commodities, and it's down $1.43, 1.59%. Crude is interesting in that it put in a higher high, higher low yesterday. It had the exact same point of control. Let's take a look at that here for a minute. Oh, wrong page. So if we look at yesterday, let's get rid of this morning. Let's get rid of the overnight. If we look at yesterday, crude put in a higher high, higher low. In price action, a trend appears in crude that we are continuing higher. But for the first time in the last week and a half or so since the rally, crude has actually not been able to move value higher. Crude accepted value at the same price right here. So this is the prior day's point of control. This is yesterday's point of control, and you can see it put in a higher high, higher low, but it closed very negative or closed very weak. And it looks like it is reversing. So this morning it opened below the low of yesterday, breaking the one-time framing up. If you're trading crude, it's important to pay attention to these details. And now we have basically resistance at 9,200 in crude, and it is likely to come back and retest this 3 days of kind of skewed trending balance. So that's crude this morning. Looking at other products, silver's off about 84 basis points. The DAX and the Euro stocks are off about 60 basis points. The Nasdaq's down about 43.43%. The ES is off 11 points or 0.31%. The ES working its way down like we talked about yesterday. If you recall yesterday, I talked about if it does not hold on to this 36 area, then it's got a high probability, statistical probability of testing that low back at the end of September, bringing us down to 35.71-ish. And that's what we're working towards. So yesterday, it was a balanced day, difficult day to trade in my opinion, but still we ended up putting in a lower high, lower low, and we have moved value down. You can see the point of control shifted down here, and we have worked our way out of the value area of the composite, those composite days from the 25th till the 5th or the 4th. And so this looks to me like an impulse down, bounce correction, and likely a continuation lower. So being as we are down near the 3600, the overnight session, by the way, the low was 35.84. 35.84. The S&P has traded 370,000 contracts so far, with a range from 36.36. If you recall, that is the value low, 36.36. That's this price down here. That was the high overnight. So we moved up there. We came right off down to 35.84, giving us, what is that, about 52 points of range, 51.75 points of range. And that's what we're looking at this morning. So this is how things are shaping up currently. Looking at what we've done and what we are likely to do, here's the bigger picture. This is a 1 tick by 20 PNF chart. And again, you see that the S&P has pushed, made this low down here, 35.71 or so, and has bounced and now working itself back with lower highs, a peak day, lower high yesterday, and we are, we've moved back to yesterday's settlement, and now we have this market sitting at 36.12. Yesterday, this low at 3600, a huge buy wall there. There was an iceberg there. It was not accepting lower prices. It looked like a limit down market to me, and it just moved down, and it held there. I'm being told the website is back up, so I invite you to try again to vote. The link again is myed.ge/event-voting. See if you can get your vote in today, so we can look at that here in the next 5 minutes. We need about 200 votes to put the position on today. May be questionable, but we're looking for 200 votes. I know the voting hasn't gone smoothly so far, and we may need to find a different solution for this. But do take a moment to vote. The link is in your live chat, pinned to the top. Let's see you vote, and let's put on these positions, which I'll show you in a minute. There was a webinar yesterday, by the way, that I did that goes over why I'm doing this event contract thing, why I think it's important. I know a lot of people see these as binary options and don't like them, but at the end of the day, I believe these are important products for traders to know and understand. Okay, I've lost my menu here. Okay, so what do we have for today? So for today, I have lost my tools. 1 second, please. I have lost the tools that allow me to control this stream. It's, what is it? Murphy's Law? I think it's Murphy's Law that says anything that could go wrong will go wrong. It's definitely going wrong right now. So I've lost all the controls that I have for being able to control this broadcast, which is unrelated to anything that we're doing, and this has never happened before. But somehow I have lost my. Okay, so let's take a look at what's expected for today, just to get to it. For today, same same as always. We still have a lower high up here. We're still trending down. I'm still looking for an attack on this 35.71 down here. The expectation this morning is an open auction that becomes responsive. I'm looking for it to be, it's already tested settlement, so we're looking for an internal gap to settle back up to 36.25, and I'm expecting this thing to try to come back up to yesterday's point of control. I'm expecting it to continue to confront resistance and then to make another stab at the 3600 here. The 3600 had a very weak low yesterday, and I expect it to break, to test, and then I'm expecting it to hold steady into the close, maybe even pop higher. I won't tell you my vote would be for the event contracts this morning. I don't want to color your vote if you can vote. Let's see if you can vote. Well, looks like votes are coming in. Very good. The secondary scenario is an open auction that pokes the 3600, is unable to find continuation. We see an impulse up. In other words, an aggressive move up. An aggressive move currently carries about 14 points or higher with weak pullbacks. This will set us up for a long, looking for a long back to the prior point of control. And now we're moving towards this local composite point of control in this 3650 area. So I'm looking for it back at the 3650, consolidate and finish there. Okay, kind of giving you a hint as to how I would likely vote on the 3625 settlement today. That's what we're interested in. So those are the two key scenarios. So to move on to the voting, are you guys able to see the poll? Are you able to see the poll currently, or is that an issue? I've got YouTube crashing. Stand by. Yeah, YouTube crashed on Am I back? Am I back? Wow, this is brutal, brutal. Okay, so we're back in action here. I am insistent on growing this account for charity, and I'm gonna pull up the the various contracts. I pretty much lost everything here in terms of connectivity. RTY.CME and 6E E.CME. Thank you for sticking around. I really want to see this through. This is important to me. As you all know, charity is a big thing for me. So here's the market. We're going to pull this up. And I'm going to pull up the poll. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the poll results, whatever the poll results are. I'm going to put it on. I am nothing if not persistent. I don't give up very easily. So we are going to do this. We're going to do this, damn it. So let's go down to the strike we're talking about. So most of the votes. So for crude, the strike is 90. Let's go down to 90. For the NASDAQ, the strike is 11,000. For the RTY, it was 1,700. And for the 6E, it was 98, right? So here's how the rules go. The rules say that I have to have 200 votes. I think I'm going to pass on that rule just to put one on today. And we have to have 200 votes. And the dominant result gets put on, and I'm gonna pull that up right now. The entries, looks like the website's back up. That was a pretty rough start, eh? I'm sounding Canadian. So I'm pulling up the poll. Okay, so it looks like most of the ES, the dominant poll result is to buy. Yep, looks like the dominant poll result is to buy. So we're going to buy this. Boom, that's done. The NASDAQ, the dominant poll result is to buy. So we're going to buy that. And then the RTY, the dominant poll result is for 1,700 to buy. So we've got a better than a 1R return on these. So we're buying these. Okay. And then crude, the dominant poll result is for no. So this is less than a 1-to-1 or 1R. So we're passing on that trade. We'll save that money for a better trade. Remember, this money is for charity. It's not for gambling. And then for the 6E, the dominant vote is for no. And for no, we have a little bit less than a 1R. So I'm going to wait for this one. It has to be on before the market opens at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. And so I'll put that on as soon as I get, somewhere around $9, $9.50 to pay up for the no side. I'll put that trade on, and then we'll report back to you how this went. To get more information on what we're doing here, again, go to myed.ge/event-voting. We're going to do this every Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to pull up these markets and we're going to put a trade on. And the idea is we want to grow this $10,000 live account. We're going to grow it to as much as we can by December 30th, the last trading day of the year. On settlement, we'll look at what the balance is, and we're going to send that money to St. Jude. The 6E is the Euro futures, very active currently. So be sure to participate. The next one will be on Tuesday, and look for tweets telling you how today's trades went. Take care.